Hey guys, so once you're done reading the article, either on your own or watching the videos that I made or doing both, that is called your cold read, where you just read it, you take in the information. Once you're done doing that, I want you to go back and annotate. And obviously, annotating in class notebook is going to look a little bit different than annotating on paper. So first of all, I only want you to do a few parts of annotating. I want you to highlight important sentences. This would be a sentence either with information that you think is essential to know about the presidential election or voting. It might be a sentence that summarizes what that whole paragraph is about. You're also going to circle important words. When you're thinking of important words, it might be a word that you see repeated a lot. It might be a word that brings an idea together. It also might be a word that the article defines, where they say the word, they have a comma, and then or, and it tells you the definition. You should also be summarizing the ideas of the paragraphs in the margins, and I'll show you how to do that. And then finally, boxing those new words. And of course, as always, I know I'm not going to hear, but there are no new words. For sure, in this article, there are many new words. And of course, when you see those new words, I want you to box them and then add them to this list. And I'll tell you what to do at some other point with these other boxes, but just write them down here. So let me just show you real quick what I mean using one of the paragraphs here. So in this paragraph, to be president of the United States, you only need three things. The next few sentences are the three things you need in order to be the US president. So I think that's pretty important to this article. So I'm going to go up to Draw. I'm going to click this is the highlighter button, choose whichever color I want. Let's do blue. And then I'm just going to take my mouse, click, and run it across the most important sentences. It's not going to look very pretty. You can go a lot slower than I am because I just want to make this video to show you guys how to do it. Okay, so that's highlighting important information. I also mentioned below circling important words. So I'm going to go to the pen or pencil icon, click the color I want, and then figure out what do I think is an important word. Well, I am for sure seeing the word president a whole lot. So I'm going to draw a circle as neatly as I can. You know, how neat can you really be on this program? Around that word because I've seen it repeatedly. So I know it's pretty important. I also know that I need to box new words. Well, as I was reading, I saw this word complicated. I kind of know what it means, but I couldn't really use it in a sentence. So that tells me I probably need to study it a little bit more. I'm going to put a box around it. I also saw for sure, this is a new word, caucus. So I'm going to put a box around the word caucus and remind myself to add it to the box below. You know what? I'm just going to do it right now so I don't forget. So I boxed caucus and I boxed complicated. All right, I'm going to erase these because I want you to fill in your words, not the ones I choose for you. And now I'm going to summarize ideas in the margins. So this is just like when you were writing and you would write like one sentence summaries of the pages or the paragraphs. So I'd like you to have at least one sentence summary per page. If you do more than that, like per section, that would be awesome too. So after reading through these three paragraphs, it seems to me, I'm going to go over to the side if I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to double click. There we go. I get a text box. I'm going to drag it over. And it seems like this first paragraph is a little different than the rest. So my one sentence summary for this is going to be, this is how you become a U.S. president. Or that's not really what it's about. It's more about these are the characteristics you need to have to be a U.S. president. And then I'm going to move it so it's right next to this paragraph. Goodness gracious. And then I read these two paragraphs and I think, well, how can I bring all these ideas together in one sentence? It seems like it's all about there are different ways to choose the Democratic and Republican nominees. So that's your annotating. If you have at least one sentence per page, you're good to go. If you have important sentences highlighted, important words circled, and new words boxed and added to your chart below, then you have done your job for step 4.